Good evening, Tri-City area. We got a good one going on here in the county. We got number 4 Sandy Creek coming to town here from Harris County as the Harris County Tigers, the most improved team in the Tri-City area. They are the talk of all high school football around this area. 4-1 on the season after losing to Troup County. And I'm with beside me a guy that I know all too well. And if you keep up with Harris County, then you know who Rick Beach is, you know who Kutsu Sports is. Rick, how are you and how excited are you of this game?
Hey, I'm fired up for this game right here. We've been talking about it pretty much this season, but with this current 4-game winning streak Harris County's on, I think the juice is kind of amped up a little more.
Yeah, they are, and it's homecoming night as well, so a lot of festivities, pregame festivities are happening around the area. Russell County, that's where our other doubleheader, Richards, there. They have a homecoming going on tonight, too. But we are excited. This is the number 1 game in the area. There's no doubt about it. It's the prep zone for WRBL, Jack Patterson, and Tyler Redmond. It's their game of the week. It's Jonathan Hoppy, Tony Reese, and WTVM's game of the week. And it's Georgia Alabama Sports Live's game of the week. So every media outlet's here for what should be a fantastic night. Patriots and Tigers. And I'm going to name off some of the starters. And here's the thing, for many people that don't know, there are little towns within Harris County. So yes, everybody's from the county, but then there's little towns surrounding inside the county that these players are from. So first I'm gonna start with Levi Watson. He's a quarterback. He's from Hamilton, isn't he right, Rick?
Yeah, right down the road.
Next is Miguel
Silva.
Sevilla. Is it Sevilla or Silva?
Silva.
Silva from Gatala. I know Gatala very well. I'm actually from that area. Holden Hayjack from Mountain Hill, number 10, and the big man, the bus, the guy you don't want to be in front of when he's running, Matei Yeoman, number 43. He is from Waverly Hall. All right, Rick, real quickly, give me your keys to the game on why you think Harris County can pull off this monster upset.
It's all about the defensive line for Harris County. This year they've been playing out of their minds. Really good defensive line. You got Josh Jones, T.J. Johnson, Holden Hayek, and Bishop Adams. You got 2 juniors, 2 seniors. That's the anchor of the defense. And if they can maintain the running game from Sandy Creek, it will give Harris County a chance.
Well, we're about to have kickoff. Harris County wants to take possession, and I agree with you. And I said this on high school game day, Rick. If Harris County, time of possession, if they can dominate that, keep it a low-scoring, and many people say ugly game. I think that's just old school football, smash mouth. I think they can win. If this thing gets in the 50s, that's probably going to lean towards Sandy Creek as they are the number 4 team in the state of Georgia 3A. They're 5-1, and they are sensational, and that includes Mr. Latimer, their running back. He already has 819 yards rushing, Rick, 9 touchdowns in only 6 games. He's almost at 1,000 yards. He probably could get it tonight.
And that's a sophomore getting a lot of interest from D1 SEC schools.
And it is going to be a short kick that's going to bounce out of bounds, and we're going to have good field position for the Sandy Creek Patriots. Sandy Creek is in Tyrone, Georgia, about an hour and a half from here. Sandy Creek, and if you go to Sandy Creek, you consider yourself, like that Douglasville area, you consider yourself part of Atlanta. I think everyone says they're Atlanta if they're within 30 miles of it.
Hey, to talk on top, they're going to re-kick it with a penalty.
Oh, so they are going to re-kick it.
Yeah, Tyrone right down the road. We made the trip last year. It had a pretty competitive, especially first half, and the game got, a little sideways in the second half for Harris County. But it was a really competitive game at halftime. So they're going to kick it off now from the 35.
Well, let's talk about Harris County as we're trying to figure out what's going on. By the way, shout out to White Hat Dana Barker, lead official, my boy DB. And his staff, they do a wonderful job in Alabama. They also do Georgia. They call Columbus Lions game. I mean, this guy is a weatherman, works for Auburn, is an SEC official. This guy is the real deal. So we're going to have an excellent officiating crew on tonight's game. Harris County, 2-8 last year. Coach Watson, obviously, that's not the type of year he wanted to have. But this year, you're starting to see the foundation, the culture being set for Coach Watson. Isn't that right, Rick?
Oh, absolutely. At Lambert, he come in, he took a team that was 0-10, and he had them at 5-5, and then it went 7-4. I'm sorry, as Rico Brown got the kickoff.
And because he bobbled it right there, great coverage, and you hear the murmurs in the crowd. So it's going to be not from what could have been at the 40 to now starting at their own 12, but we're going to see a guy that has had an excellent season this year. He is the senior, and his name is Mr. Levi Watts of team. They don't They're not a team that's going to put up 40. They're not those like Oregon Ducks or the high-tempo offensives you see in college football. They're more of the Alabamas back in the early 2000s, late 2000s, where they like playing good defense and scoring when they need to. So Watson in the backfield, and look at this. We're going to have 3 receivers wide, shotgun position, and see if they're going to try to go. And nope, they are going to hand it off. And good handoff and an open hole, and that's going to be a first down. Nice job by number 1, Sevilla, one of the running backs we're going to see in tonight's matchup.
Yeah, that was a really good run right there. It looked like Harris County went with T.J. Johnson on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Harris County has an injury. Mr. Drew, the tight end, is out with a knee injury, so it looks like they're trying to flex it around. They had T.J. at a guard, so they had a couple big bodies in there on the offensive line to help that run out.
Now, Yeoman does play both sides of the ball, but they don't like using him. They like giving him the rock more in the second half. You'll see him get touches in the first half, but he's more of a second-half runner. Handoff again. He's going to bounce to the outside to Sevilla and stays on his feet and gets a positive gain, about 3 or 4 yards. And as long as they can stay ahead of the chains against Sandy Creek, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, runs like that are, what you're going to base on early in. You're trying to fill out the defense. Right now you hit them in the mouth up the middle. Now you're going to run a little sideways. Sideline to sideline, see what the edge can do.
Sandy Creek's only loss this year is to East Coweta. Harris County's is to Troup County. By the way, our prayers and thoughts are to Teo Todd as he's out for the season. And that is debilitating for Troup County as they were looking to win a state championship this year, hoping that they can still be competitive. Watson's going to go over the top. He has a man open and overthrows him by 2 or 3 yards. That was to number 2, Grandarius Ogletree. He was open right there, Rick. I'm going to do that tonight as Richard Holder's is not here, but Rick, he had him open, just overthrew him. But nice job and nice play call.
Well, you can see that Rand did get open. Rand Ogletree is the number 1 target for Levi. You're going to see a lot of screens through him, and every now and then he will go deep. And if he can get behind the defense, at least it gives you a sign potential for that play in the future.
Well, one of the positives right there is it is going to open up the defense a little bit as they like to run. Fake. They're going to set up a screen. Watson fumbles the football, and it bounces right into the hands of the Sandy Creek defender, number 10, Cohen Jordan, and he runs in for the touchdown.
Yeah, really poor job of protecting the football right there with the defenders coming in from both ways. He had the ball out, and it just got punched.
And that is not how Harris County wanted to start this game. And obviously he was going to take the sack, but you're about to take the sack. You got to be careful with it. You talked about, Rick. You got to be able to bottle that thing up and just go ahead and take the loss and punt. But instead, he loses the football trying to make something out of nothing, and it bounces right into the hands of a Patriots defender, and Jordan goes in for 6.
Yeah, to his credit, Levi is an outside linebacker by trade. He's a real physical kid, and he feels like he can break anybody's tackle, and right there was just going to be a tough situation.
And the point after attempt is good, and now it's already Sandy Creek 7-0. Thurp Behringer and Rick Beach of Kutsu Sports. He's also part of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and he's a part of our family here, and we're excited. By the way, next week, I'll go ahead and throw this out there for all those that are starting to watch right now. I know this is a big game, and we want Harris County to win, but in the grand scheme of things, it means nothing. They're not even in the same classification. Next week's game, that's pretty big, considering the fact Harris County and Northside are rivals. Second, they're vying for another region championship as Northside. Harris County's tied with McIntosh for the lead in the region. That's going to separate themselves from the team that won it all last year in this region, Northside, and me and Rick will be on the call at Connect. That's going to be a good one.
Show you're going to be a serious contender down and say, hey, I want it.
And I know they want this one more than anything. It's the number 4 team in the state. The defending state champions in 3A is Sandy Creek. By the way, they also won the state championship in basketball. So Sandy Creek's a pretty good athletic program, really good at baseball too. Harris County, now, Rick, when you have a turnover like that and you get behind the 6 and it looks like they're going to re-kick it again, what do you do offensively right here? Do you start panicking and start doing things that you're not accustomed to, like maybe throwing the ball over the field, or you stick to your game plan? You made one mistake. How do you go about this process now?
You got to stay to the game plan right here. You got to stick to the process. What you are is who you are, and that's how you got to do it right here. You're going to run the ball. Don't change who you are just based on that one turnover. Looks like we got Yeoman with the ball.
And Yeoman gets great run, 5 yards, and the big man likes to eat, and they're going to be feeding him a lot and expect him to be a big factor in tonight's game.
Yeah, and you won't see none of that bouncing out when Yeoman gets the ball. It's going to be just right up the middle. It looks like they're in a pistol formation now. So you got a pistol formation with a H-back.
And Yeoman took a big hit but gets a first down. He likes to bounce off tackles, don't he, Rick?
That's what he wants. He's looking for somebody to hit when he gets in the hole.
What a hit, what a run.
Oh.
What a hit, what a run. That's a Castleberry collision, first down.
And that's the kind of football Harris County wants to play. If you want to get physical, they want that. They welcome that. Looks like they're going to line up in the same formation again. Now it's going to be a traditional shotgun.
Third Behringer, Rick Beach here for Harris County taking on Sandy Creek. And there goes Levi Watson. Nice job faking the handoff, bounces to the outside and is able to get close to a first down, but they may be getting number 19 for Harris County, Ross Wilcoxon, on a hold right there. Got to let him go, Rick.
Yeah, when it starts running to the outside, once he gets by you, you got to let go of the guy. You know, I understand you want to continue to block, but you got to just let go of him. But that happens when you start running the ball to the outside. You don't see the holds on the runs up the middle.
So now it's going to be 1st and 15 for Harris County. Tree. They're actually going to throw it right to him. Everybody knows Harris County. And good job the ball quick, and now it's going to be third and for Watson, and I expect him to look for him as well, or make it in walk out of the backfield. He's a snap back that likes to get the ball in space. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, that's a big play. I mean, you're looking at from a potential 3rd and 12, 3rd and long, but it's absolutely manageable.
All right, 3rd and as Rick says, man in motion is Walker. Going to give it to Walker. Walker's going to try to bounce it to the outside and gets absolutely. Is it time to take a risk right here, Rick? Do you go for it?
They've been going for it all year. I don't see what Coach Watson changing it up now. And look who's coming in at running back on this 4th and short.
They got Yeoman.
It's no secret what Harris County wants to do.
Right. He's like Tim Tebow for short yardage. He's almost automatic. He's going to throw, and instead of giving it to Yeoman, he looks on the short out route to Ogletree, and good defense. He was waiting there. That was the Patriots defender, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. 2 possessions and not how they wanted them to end, Rick.
Absolutely not. That was a good play by the defender to reach around, you know, not getting too much contact and deflecting that pass.
Professional power washer, Rick Mike State Farm. Check out their advertisements in our football program.
Now we get to see Lattimore.
Lattimore, this is the first time Sandy Creek has the football this entire game. Lattimore, like I said, Amari Lattimore is only a sophomore. He's got close to 900 yards rushing, 9 touchdowns, and 6 games of work. And you said this guy's already getting looked at by Georgia. You know he's going to be playing at the next level.
Yeah, you're getting looked at that age already for D1 schools, especially SEC schools. And anytime Georgia, back-to-back defending national champs coming to you.
So that's going to move them back 5 yards. Now it's going to be 1st and 15. This is the first time we're also seeing Harris County's defense. And if I were to ask you, Rick, put a gun to your head, and I said, you got to tell me the best position, best side of the ball, Harris County, you would probably say defense, would you not?
Oh, absolutely. Defensive line specifically.
Yeah. All right, 1st and 15 now. Let's see if that defensive line can pin their ears back, and another flag. We got another pre-snap penalty on Sandy Creek. And that's going to back them up 5 more yards to make it 1st and 20. And as we said about Harris County's offense, you don't want to get behind the 6. You dang sure don't want to get behind the 6 with Harris County's defense.
Yeah.
A team that leads the city in sacks. They do a good job getting pressure from that front, but they like bringing Yeoman on blitzes. And let's see if they can pin the Airs back and keep pushing Sandy Creek back. Snap, fumble on the play, and it was almost picked up by number 3 for Harris County, Talon Askew. That would have been exactly what the doctor ordered for Harris County.
Out of the field, that would have been a big turnover right there. But you still got them 2nd down and super long right here.
.com for links to Facebook and Instagram. Stay in touch with the Tigers all year long.
They just bring 4 if they want to get the linebackers involved.
All right, the Pinson, the junior, finally interceptions. Obviously, they're a running football team, and we'll see what they got in store now on 3rd down against this vaunted Tigers defense. I got to do it every time. And shout out to the great Ed Orgeron.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care who is the Tigers. It could be Carver, it could be Harris County. Everybody's at Tigers when I say it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that when he had a chance. We got a timeout.
And we're going to have a timeout. We're going to take one, too. Thrift Behringer, Rick Beach on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Timeout on the field.
Tay Yeoman. And Yeoman gets all the way into Sandy Creek territory. What did we just talk about? They're bringing 8, 9 in the box, and they're saying, we dare you to give it to Yeoman. And Yeoman says, please, feed me right now.
Yeah, he's a feed me more, feed me more. He loves that talk. He loves hearing it when he watches the playback. The kids love the attention this brings.
We love being here. Watson hands it off to Yeoman, and Yeoman, it's another 3 yards. Make it 2nd down now.
They're going to get behind that big offensive line, especially you got 77 Braxton Waller and 66 Denver. Denver's got a 4.3 GPA. He was the academic last week.
Yep.
Standout. So they get behind 77, 66. And it looks like they're going to let the big dog eat and let 43 stay on the field.
We apologize. We are kind of choppy right now. Internet is not being cooperative with us. So
The bloodline of the team, you got head coach Tommy Watson, played offensive line at Mississippi State. They brought in Coach Sweat from North Georgia. He played offensive line at the University of Georgia. So they really brought that physicality and that mindset of we want to, just be road graders on offensive line.
Watson takes it, hands it to Yeoman. Yeoman gets hit in the backfield and tripped up, but does fall forward for at least a yard to make it 4th and short. And now I think Coach Watson will go for it again, as he should. And this time, let's give it to the big man.
Yeah, it looks like
Let your best go against their best. If that happens, you get beat, you can live with it. What you can't live with is second-guessing yourself.
Right, you tried to catch him off guard last time. Harris County bringing in 99 T.J. Johnson, and they going in the power T.
And it looks like he pushed through. And are they going to give him the 1st down? QB sneak from Watson. We're going to move the chains. And Dana Barker says yes.
First down.
Yeah, very good job, Levi. Like we just brought up Braxton Waller. Get on your offensive lineman and just ride that yard out, and you're going to fall forward. Levi's a pretty tall kid. He's going to get a 1st down.
We appreciate everyone's support. Make sure to share the video, like our page, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Subscribe on YouTube. We're live on there as well. First down now.
Timeout, Harris
And timeout, Harris County. We're going to take 1-2. Thrift Behringer, Rick Beach, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back here. First down, Harris County driving. They're at their 37-yard line.
Eventually, you have to think we're going to see a pass again on this run, even though they got Yeoman down here at the H-back position and Miguel at running back.
Takes the snap. He's going to go deep. Has a man open, and Ogletree who catches the ball all the way down. And it gets out of bounds outside the 1-yard line. You just caught it. Hit him inside. Keep smashing with Yeoman. Throw it over the top to Ogletree.
Oh, absolutely. When that formation you saw, Yeoman was in an H-back. It gave Levi a little extra protection on the pass. Ran open downfield. Now you're in the one, and now you got to see that the muscle formation. Big T.J. Johnson coming in, and Harris County's going to try to tie this ball game up.
At the 1-yard line, QB sneak. No, they're just going to hand off to Yeoman, and Yeoman falls forward. Did he get stopped? No signal yet.
About the half-yard
And
line.
I think Dana Barker's and the officiating crew is going to say it is second down, so he didn't fall forward for the touchdown.
You got to do it. You got 4 chances at that one play. I wouldn't change anything right here. I'd run the same play and just try to punch it in.
And Yeoman pushing Watson, who breaks the plane, and the Tigers tie it. Great drive and answer. After that fumble for a touchdown, Watson's been automatic, and he finds an open Ogletree, gets him down to the 1, and then Watson does it himself. Great drive, Rick.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do if you're Harris County. You run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. You stayed positive yards with each run. There was no penalty behind the sticks. Now we got Logan Shelnut trying to tie this game up, and there's looks like a formation violation or some kind of pre-snap penalty on Harris County. You know, Logan Shelnut's the junior, kicked the game-winning field goal when me and Richard were calling the Russell County game.
That was one of the games of the year by far.
Flag on the play. Illegal substitution against Sandy Creek.
Oh, moves up a little bit. See if they still want to kick it. Yeah. You know, sometimes just when you get opportunity to go for 2 after that half the distance.
And kick is up, and kick is good.
Really good job by the holder, Barbie right there. That snap was low, and I don't know how Barbie got a hold of it, but he got it, and Logan punched it right through. Let's give a good shout out, Matt Barbie, the junior backup quarterback. Really good hold. That snap did hit the turf before it got to him.
We're going to take a quick break. Thrift Andrew and Rick Beach. It's 7-7, 50 seconds left. We got a good one here in the county. And welcome back here. Fumbles on the kickoff, but able to pick it back up. Good coverage by Harris County, and Sandy Creek's going to start at their own 16-yard line. 7-7 here if you're just now joining us. Harris County on their first drive. Watson on third down fumbles it right into the hands of a Sandy Creek Cohen Jordan, who walks in for a touchdown. Then they get the ball back. Had a turnover on downs, but the third time's the charm. Third drive, they drive it all the way down 70 yards. And one was a big pass play to Ogletree, and then Watson, QB sneaks in for the touchdown. We're all knotted at 7.
Yeah, and here you go back on this defense. We talked about last time a couple of Sandy Creek penalties. You know, they started in 1st and 20 that last drive, so it kind of gave the Harris County defense. Let's see what they can do on a clean slate right here.
First down now. Trips to the near side. Tall sweep to Latimer, and there he is with the first tackle for loss. Number 22.
That's Bishop Adams. He's been having a spectacular season. First year really on defense. He wasn't running back last season. And I'm telling you, I don't know anybody else in the Bi-City area having a breakthrough season as much as right there Bishop Adams.
And now it's going to set up second and long, and I'm already liking what I'm seeing from this Harris County team, and they mean business. Now we have 5 wide for Mr. Pinson. This deep in your own territory, Lattimore comes on late. So now instead of Lattimore, he's in the backfield, man in motion. They're going to throw it to the man in motion, and he's going to have an open lane, and he actually gets about 10 yards. It's going to make it now 3rd down and manageable. That was thrown to number 6, Rich Bazant. And after 1 quarter of play, we got an even, all-knotted matchup between number 4, Sandy Creek, taking on Harris County, who, if they win this game, you got to put them in the top 10 of 5A. And who thought they were going to be saying that halfway through the season? Thurr Behringer, Rick Beach, we're going to take a timeout. It's Georgia Alabama Sports Live here in the county.